Hey guys, Josh here. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, today guys, we're out in the woods. Well, we're not deep in the woods like we have been. We're in an open field surrounded by woods. We've got a nice creek beside us right here. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to camp here or not because I'd planned on tarp camping, and I wasn't sure that I was going to find some trees that would really work for the tarp or the setup that I wanted to use without having to, utilize sticks and limbs and things like that, and make a tripod or a bipod or something. But I found 2 trees. It is not the perfect setup, but it will do. We are going to get a lot of rain tonight, or supposed to anyway, starting at about 9 p.m. The rain is supposed to start and last all throughout the night. So I wanted a tarp set up where I could stay dry. It's just a basic A-frame pitch, but I opened it up a little bit right here just to give myself a little bit more room and a little bit of a view just to kind of watch it, look out and watch it rain or check things out, whatever I want to do. So I'm pretty happy with it. I've got the inside all set up. I've got a wool blanket tonight. I've got my Klymit sleeping pad. I've got my Klymit sheet. Yes, there's a sheet on my sleeping pad. And it's not because I'm a diva, okay, just settle down. It's because I cannot stand my pillow moving around when I'm trying to sleep on a sleeping pad. So with that sheet, of course it is a little bit more comfortable than just sleeping on the bare pad, but there's a pocket for my pillow, so I can slide my pillow inside the pocket and I can toss and turn and move around and my pillow stays stationary, and I love that. So that's why we're rocking the sheet. We're directly on the ground, aside from, I've got a small ground cloth, the one that I usually use when I go hammock camping. So it's not full coverage under my sleeping pad, but enough. So anyway, we are in good shape, guys. I've got to get some firewood collected soon. There's some wood beside me, but it rained all day yesterday. Kind of the same scenario as when I went camping with Max last weekend. It rained all day the night before that, and it has rained all day the day before this. So everything is soaked and saturated, but we'll make do. We'll make it work. I'm going to have a fire out in front of me here in a little while. I've got some good dinner. I'm trying something new for dinner tonight. Got a couple of cold beers. So we have a good night ahead of us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so right now I'm just chilling out. I did something on this trip that I said a few trips back I would never ever do again, and that's forget my chair. Well, I didn't forget my chair. I just didn't bring it. I did that on purpose because my pack was already heavy. It was already pretty crammed full. I didn't want the extra weight of the chair, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. I did bring my sit pad. I found a nice comfy chair to lean up against, so this might be my sitting spot for this evening. But yeah, I just forget the chair. I didn't bring it. Too much weight, too much space. I just left it behind, so we're going to chill out. So I'm just sitting here by the creek listening to the sounds of the water. I went around and I picked off a little bit of cedar shavings, and it is super wet. I've got it sitting over here out in the sun to dry out a little bit, so that might be our fire starter here in a little bit. I don't know yet, we'll see. But yeah, I'm just chilling out, guys. Just hanging out, doing my thing. Beautiful day. It is a little cool when you're not working, but the sun is shining. The sky is a beautiful blue. It is a little bit cloudy. Like I said, we're going to get some rain here in a little bit, but yeah, it feels awesome out right now. Awesome. And it's not going to be super cold tonight. Nothing like it was last time when I took Max out and it was really cold. Not going to be anything like that this evening, so I think we're going to have a great night, guys. And originally, Leland, my stepson, was coming on this trip with me. And he already had his pack packed up and ready to go. This was going to be his first time packing into a location and camping. He's been camping a few times, but it's always been in the car. Drive up to the campsite, set up, drive out the next day. So this was going to be his first time packing in. He was super excited about it. And last night he started feeling a little stuffy and had a sore throat and woke up this morning, wasn't feeling any better. So He stayed at home on this trip, which was kind of a bummer because I really had plans to get him out here and work with him on some different things. I wanted him to start his first fire using a ferro rod and just go over some skills, you know, start teaching him at a young age, just some things that I think he can accomplish at his age. But we'll get there. So it just wasn't in the cards for this trip, but we'll get there, guys. We'll get there. Alright, I got some firewood cut up, not a ton. That's one thing I hate about camping in an open area like this. It's beautiful until you need firewood. Then you got to go up in the woods, trek around. I've trekked forever looking for firewood, and I found some decent firewood. I've got some more over here I've got to cut up. The first round that I cut up not so good. It's pretty rotten. The first few pieces that I cut were okay, and I didn't pay real close attention to what I cut up after that, but when I split into it, it was pretty rotten. But we're going to burn it anyway. But I do have some more over here I can cut, and I got a new saw. I got a new Silky saw. I had a Silky Gomboy that I've used for a long time. Then I got the Boreal 21, which I like the Boreal 21, I really do. But I got a new Silky. This is longer and has larger teeth than my other Silky. So again, the Boreal, I like it. It's fine. I just don't feel like I've got control over it when I'm cutting. And I just wanted to try another Silky, a little bit bigger one, and I like it. So, you know, I don't know if that'll be my go-to saw or if I'll go back to the Boreal 21, which it's heavier. This is quite a bit lighter. I do like that about it. It's more compact than the Boreal 21, but they're both good saws. I'm not complaining about either one, but I may just flip-flop back and forth depending on what I'm doing. So, but yeah, we've got the fire prepped. I'll light it up here in a little bit. The cedar shavings that I've got are still pretty damp. I let them set out in the sun, but they didn't dry out nearly as much as I was hoping. I went and collected some more that was a little bit drier and a little bit of dry grass, but still, it's still pretty damp. I don't know if it'll take a spark or not, so we'll try it and see. If not, we'll go we'll go another route with it. But tonight I've got some chicken. I'm going to grill some chicken over the fire. I've got a rub that I'm going to put on it, a spicy rub. I'm going to fry up some potatoes, so some spicy potatoes. So we're going to eat good tonight, guys. We're going to eat good, or at least I'm hoping we eat good. I'm hoping it turns out okay. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. That, a nice cold beer, that sounds good to me. Okay, so my tarp setup I've got over here, that is not the configuration that I originally wanted. I wanted something else, and then I realized it's something I'd never tried before. And then I realized I just didn't have enough tarp to do what I wanted to do with it. So, with all the rain coming tonight, I figured just go in a old school A-frame, open up one corner of it. I pitched it down low. I wanted the sides completely down, touching the ground. I didn't want any splashback if it did start raining really hard tonight. So completely enclosed. I could raise it up a little bit if I wanted to, but give myself a little bit more headspace, but it's fine where it's at. I mean, no big deal. I'm not going to be in there much other than sleeping anyway, so that is not a huge deal. But yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. And that's something I want to start doing. I want to start tarp camping a little bit more and try out some different configurations. I've got my eye on an oilskin tarp, and it's a little pricey, and it's actually not as big as what this tarp is. This is a 10 by 7. I think the one I'm looking at is, well, it's 9 by 9. So, but I want a tarp that's square cut, you know, perfectly square. That way I can do a few more things with it. And I want an oilskin because I would like to just be able to get it closer to the fire. This I cannot. I don't want to take any chances on burning any holes in it. So I've got the fire relatively close, but not close enough to where any embers are going to land on the tarp. So yeah, I'm good with it. I am good with it. Oh yeah, something else I want to get is a wax canvas ground sheet or ground cloth. That the ground cloth I got in there now for my hammock, it's fine. I mean, it'll do the job, but it's a little small. I mean, it's a little short. I would like to have a something a little bit more waterproof and a little bit longer that'll fit my entire sleeping pad on it. So things we'll look into. That's money, money, money. So that oilskin tarp is not cheap. So yeah, we'll get there at some point, sometime. I am just sitting here enjoying the view. It is 20 to 4. So we've got a couple hours or an hour. Hour and a half. Whatever. Till it starts getting dark. But I'm just enjoying it out here. But you know what we're going to do? I brought my flask with me. Let's have a shot. And I put it on really tight. There we go. Because I didn't want it leaking in my bag. So, this is some vanilla Jim Beam. I didn't bring a shot glass, but let's have a shot. To life, to beautiful woods, to a good fire, good food, family, friends, whatever. Let's have a shot. That was good. I think I'll have another. Good stuff. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and begin to prep my potatoes. I'm going to let them soak in my canteen for a little bit before I start cooking them. I have already peeled them, so we're good to go. Stay put. They don't want to stay put. Nice and small. Don't ask me why I cut them this way. I probably saw somebody on YouTube do it, and I've done it that way ever since. These might be a little bigger. They don't want to stay together. Alright, I'm going to let those soak for a little bit and hopefully soften up, and we will eat them up here in a little bit. Alright, let's see if this stuff will take off. Not yet. I keep sliding in between the wood because it's damp too. It has not dried out much at all. Nope. Snuffed it out. My little cooler. Butter. Chicken. Chicken. Still somewhat frozen. I've got 2 pieces, but I really only want 1. I made up this spice rub last night, and I don't even really remember what's in it, but put a little oil on here. Definitely going to have to wash my hands after this. Alright, chicken is on the grill. Got my potatoes over here. Let me grab them. I'm trying to keep them fairly close to the fire. That way they don't get totally cold. Those are good. Garlic powder, chili powder. Few different things. Good. Better than the last ones I made. And they were pretty good, but these are better. My chicken rub is like paprika, salt and pepper. I don't remember. I don't know. Let's look and see. Let's see if I can find it. Alright, paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper. So yeah, paprika. Did I say paprika? I don't know. Anyway, should be delicious. And now it is time for a Voodoo Ranger. That voodoo that you do. Time for the old headlamp. It's not dark, but it's going to be soon. At least I'll already have it ready to go. I'm ready for that chicken. Ready for this beer. And let me mention, I usually always bring beer with me when I go camping. I'm not an alcoholic or anything. So I bring 2 with me usually, sometimes 3. I enjoy those over a long period of time, and then I'm done. So I don't drink very much, but when I go camping, that's like my time to enjoy a couple beers. So just so you guys know. Alright, my food is done finally. Now I got to just find everything. It looks and smells so good. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. Because it smells delicious. That chicken. That is awesome. Man. My goodness. My potatoes, I don't have as many as I started out with because I've kind of been snacking on the potatoes a little bit while the chicken was cooking. Those are good. Man, I'm proud of myself with this outdoor cooking. Who knew I had it in me? Very good. Get a little beer. Oh, that is eating in the woods. That is good eating in the woods. Not just eating in the woods, but good eating in the woods. That chicken is juicy, cooked perfectly. And I do cheat. I bring one of these so I can make sure I have the right temp, because I don't trust myself not to just completely scorch something or completely undercook something. So I keep a meat thermometer in my cook kit, and it comes in handy. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. That rub is really good. Woo! Hot, 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 hot. Stay on there. Follow orders. Stay. Alright, so we got the fire built back up a little bit. I put some of that dead, rotten, wet wood around it just to kind of dry out, and we'll burn it here in a little bit. Because we're going to reach a point at some time where I need more firewood. And I really don't want to go tromping through the woods trying to find some. So I've got my stack here, and I've got some of that rotten stuff over there. Let it dry out a little bit. We'll throw it on later. Who cares? But man, that was a good dinner. It's been a good night. The deer are letting me down. Ever since I went camping a few weeks ago, did the hammock camp, I have not seen any deer. And this is a prime spot for deer. This is a spot where 3 big deer came out of the woods. I don't know, this was maybe over the summer, and I had Max with me. We weren't filming, we were just hanging out. I took him camping, and not in this exact spot, we were down that way a little bit, but 3 big deer came across the field. He took off, he was gone for a good 10 minutes, and I was freaking out because I didn't know where he was at, didn't know if he was coming back. But yeah, this is a prime location for deer. I've seen tons of deer in this area, but none this time. The deer hate me. It's getting a little chilly out here now. Not cold, but chilly. I'll have to break out that jacket here in a little bit. Alright, I'm trying to get the weather to pull up, but I don't have service out here. I do in spots, and occasionally I'll have service, but oh, here we go. 10 o'clock, 70% chance of rain. 11 o'clock, 80%. 12 o'clock, 80%. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning is when we're showing no rain. So it's going to be a rainy night starting around 10. I wonder if I can get the radar to pull up. And this cedar, I'm burning a lot of cedar. I found some pretty dry cedar and it is just popping like crazy. I'm surprised I've not got popped yet. No, I give up. I was going to try to show you the radar. Actually, I want to see the radar. I was going to show you guys the radar, but it's no, I just don't have good enough service out here. Just chilling out by the fire. Just been sitting here finishing the last of my second beer. I've actually been watching some YouTube videos and I had to put my jacket on. It's not super cold out here, but my back was getting cold. So my, front portion that's facing the fire, I felt good, but my back was getting cold. So put the old down jacket on, the one that I ripped a hole in a few weeks ago. Still got my Gorilla tape on it. But yeah, it's been an enjoyable night, guys. So it's just 7 o'clock. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna sit here and just chill by the fire. I don't have a ton of firewood left, so I think I'm gonna sit here, finish my beer, watch my videos, and crawl in the tarp pretty soon. We've got another few hours, 2-3 hours till it starts, or till the rain is supposed to start. So I will check back in with you guys when I crawl into the tarp. Alright, so I turned the camera back on because the coyotes over here were going absolutely nuts. And I was hoping to catch them on audio at least. But they've quietened down. As soon as I turned the camera on, they shut up. So anyway, I'm still chilling here by the fire, just hanging out, enjoying my time outside. And so I think that's it, guys. I am going to chill out by the fire a little bit longer. Then I'm going to crawl in under the tarp and call it a night. So I will check back in with you guys in the morning. Thanks for tuning in. Good night. I'll see you in the morning. Yeah, I'm back. I am under the tarp and it is raining. It is raining pretty good. I know I said I wasn't coming back until in the morning, but I've just been laying here and it is quite chilly. The rain is coming down pretty good. So I was really sleepy and I crawled into the tarp, covered up, and then I couldn't go to sleep. So I've just been laying here watching my phone. But yeah, the rain is coming down. Oh, but I forgot to mention something to you guys earlier, and part of the reason I'm out on this trip in the first place is it's my birthday. Well, actually a couple days ago was my birthday, but this is a birthday camp out for me, just kind of a birthday gift to myself. So I turned 44 a couple of days ago, so
Yeah, I'm old. Old. But anyway, I don't know why I just thought of that. But alright guys, I'm going to finish watching my phone. I've been watching YouTube videos. I've been watching Survivor Man. So, but yeah, I am going to relax, go to sleep soon. This time, I'll see you in the morning.
Good morning, guys. What a night. That's all I can say is what a night. It rained non-stop. It started at about 9. It started just sprinkling, just very, very lightly. At about 10, it picked up a little bit. By midnight, it was full-blown downpour all night long. There were a couple breaks here and there. It never stopped, but there were a couple of times where it lightened up, and then it would pick right back up. This place is saturated. The creek behind me, I'm sure you can hear it. It has risen significantly throughout the night. Where I'm camping, it's just a swampy bog. I mean, it is nasty. My feet, just from walking around getting some shots this morning, are soaked, absolutely soaked through. My tarp shelter did great last night as far as keeping me dry. It has sucked up a ton of water though. It is saggy and not pulled as taut and nice as it was yesterday. But it got super breezy last night. I mean, not just breezy, the wind was gusting last night at times. And when that wind picked up and it flowed through my shelter, then it got quite chilly. I was quite cold last night at times. So I had my jacket on, the wool blanket covered me up, and the wool blanket it didn't do enough when it got down really cold and that wind was cutting through. So I got pretty cold at times. Oh, I slept okay-ish. I mean, not great, but okay. Now I'm ready for breakfast and coffee. That fire is done for. I'm not even going to attempt to relight a fire right here because it's just saturated. I've got to bust out my wood stove and see if I can find something dry to burn. I think maybe I've got one fuel tablet, but it won't be enough. So I'm going to have to come up with some dry twigs somewhere. That should be fun. Alright, so I don't know how well this is going to work. I went around and collected some small dead twigs, but they are super wet. I have nowhere to have a fire that is dry whatsoever. Unless I go cut wood, split some wood, find some dry wood, make myself a base. I don't really feel like doing all that this morning. So I'm going to use the base of my fry pan. Alright, let's dig into the canvas pouch where I keep my grill and break out the Mini E titanium stove. Hopefully this will set on there. Gotta find the pot stands. Yeah, hopefully this will sit on the top of this pan. Okay, so that is working better than I had planned on. So it's burning well. Alright. Got my coffee. My filter. My oatmeal. I don't even know if I want a full with breakfast, but I guess. Yeah, we're gonna skip breakfast this morning. My stove started out pretty well, but once the trioxane burned away, that wet stuff, I could barely keep going long enough to get my coffee hot. It didn't even reach a boil, it just got hot. So yeah, we'll just skip breakfast. I'll eat when I get home. Oh, there's a light rain coming down again. So packing up is going to be fun. The tarp is just absolutely saturated. Saturated. So it'll have to go on the outside of the pack. I'll have to cram the wool blanket on the inside. Alright, so I flipped the tarp over to give myself a little room to work. And it is dry in here. My ground sheet is a little bit wet on the end where I had a little bit of splashback come in toward the head end. I should have moved my feet more that way because my feet were well protected. My head was up toward the end. And but it was too much trouble in the middle of the night to try to slide down, but it wasn't bad. I mean, I felt a few drops here and there, but not a big deal. So it's time to get out of here, guys. I am not going to film anymore. This is going to be a pain in the butt to put away all this wet, muddy, nasty gear, or at least a lot of it. So I am calling it quits right here. So guys, thank you for tuning in. I had a wonderful time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be back again soon. I don't know when, don't know what we'll be doing, where we'll be doing it at, but we'll be doing something soon. So like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Let's get the channel numbers up. I want to see the channel grow. So I put a lot of time and effort into this. I want to see it grow. But again, like I've said before, I do these videos for me, but it would be nice in the meantime, in the process, to have the channel grow. So anyway, all right guys, I'm out of here. I'm packing up. My feet are soaking wet. They are freezing cold. I'm ready to get back to the car, get some heat on, and get out of here. Thanks again, guys.